Okay, what's up, guys? My name is TMossBoss, and I wanted to let you guys know about Anchor. Anchor is an app that you can download to record your podcast in the easiest way ever. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot to know. Like, you just pretty much press record and you just start doing your podcast and stuff. I don't know what you plan on doing, but you plan on doing something. That's why you're here. So, yeah, download Anchor, or you could go to their website, anchor.fm, and yeah, you could do it straight from your computer too. So yeah, it's easy. They distribute everything to they distribute your podcast to every streaming services like out there, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Okay, and then you can monetize it, so you're making money off of what you love doing. All right, so people, make sure you do it. Make sure you download Anchor, or you go to their website, anchor.fm. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in tonight's episode, that's usually when I record my episodes, is at night. But freaking, I just finished the KSI and Logan Paul, like their second fight. Oh my goodness, man, like being nervous, shaking, having that feeling that I couldn't breathe. This fight was intense. It was a very, very intense fight. And it got to some point in times like my hands was shaking. Like, I'm like, bro, a fight like this should not be that intense. And I'm like, I didn't know who was going to win. I didn't know who was going to lose. But freaking KSI won. And I am like, here's the thing. At some point in time in the fight, I started accepting the fact, like, Logan Paul could potentially win this fight. He could. Because this is a very good matchup. Like, no, I'm going to have to give Logan Paul some credit on this fight. Like, despite everything that people say about him, all the jokes, all that stuff, people hating on him, he's a good fighter. He is a really, really good fighter. And I can see why. I know Keemstar, he's a YouTuber for those that don't know. But Keemstar was even saying that Logan Paul has an edge to him. He has an edge. And no, he was right. Logan Paul, he can honestly, how Logan Paul lost the fight, for those that didn't watch it and stuff. So, KSI, they were like, of course, both boxing, doing what they were doing. And Logan Paul had uppercut him. And then he gave him a second uppercut, and then that kind of took KSI down. But as KSI was going down, Logan Paul punched him as he was going down. So, the judge, usually, or not the judge, but the ref, now usually I guess they're supposed to get warnings or 1 point taken away, but the ref, he took 2 points away from Logan Paul. And I was just like, you can clearly see Logan Paul did something wrong, but the part that got me was the ref, he was like, yo, the F you doing? Like, I ain't gonna say it, for the kids that's listening and stuff. But yeah, he was like, yo, what the F you doing and things? You can't do that. And it took 2 points away from Logan Paul. So yeah, a lot of people are saying like, that was probably the reason why Logan Paul lost this fight. It's like, man, but either way, it's like if he had won, he had won. If he had lost, he lost, and so now I know that's what they were like saying prior before the fight, like, oh, somebody's career is going to end after this. I honestly don't think Logan Paul's career is going to end after this. I really don't. See, here's the thing that people seem to forget. This is the fighting business. There is no end to it unless you retire. And even after that, people are going to see what you're going to be up to. So I guess, if he stops and he just goes back to doing what he's doing and things, there ain't no end to it. He's still going to have fans. He's still going to have the millions of subscribers that he has. He ain't going to lose that. He's not. There's probably people that are like, oh, if he does lose, I'm going to unsubscribe to him. Then they were never fans or supporters in the first place. So that's why I'm like, to Logan Paul, if he probably will never ever hear this, but you did a good job in that fight. You did a really good job in that fight. Your defense is something else, man. Like seeing his fight now is like dead. So I haven't really watched too many boxing fights, but I would have to say he looked like an actual boxer out there. I mean, he trained to be one, so of course, plain and simple, like of course he's gonna look like a boxer out there. So no, we gotta give Logan Paul his credit too. He might have lost that fight, but he sure did prove himself. He sure did prove himself, and there's no taking away from that. There's no taking away from that. I don't care about. I can laugh about the memes. I can laugh about the jokes. All of that. It'll be haha funny and things. But at the end of the day, on a serious note, Logan Paul proved himself tonight. He did. Look at Rocky. See, here's the thing though, cause no, he was even wearing like the Rocky styled shorts. Look at the movie Rocky. He lost, and they made 4 or 5 Rockies after that. They even made a spinoff called Creed. So, like, yeah, he lost, and they're all like, oh, it's like, it ain't like that's going to be Logan Paul's one and only fight. Like, if he decides to fight some more, who knows what's going to happen in the future? Who knows? So that's why I'm like, I ain't hearing that. People talking about his career is over. Rocky's career wasn't over. He fought a whole bunch of times, then trained other people to fight. Like, yeah, his career, Logan Paul's career is far from over. Far from over. It's up to him if he wants to end it. But if he has more ideas, if he has more plans, if he has more goals and things that he wants to do, is far from over. So that's why I'm like, I ain't hearing it that his career is over. I'm not hearing it at all. Like, it's like, I know people gonna be like, why are you defending Logan Paul? Like, cause I know people are like, yeah, I mean, it was bad what he did, that Forest video and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to, like, he apologized for it. Damage has been done. It's out there and things. But it's just like, in a situation, you just gotta learn how to just like forgive and forget. You know what I mean? But it's like something like that, yeah, you ain't gonna forget, but you gotta forgive at least. You gotta forgive him. You don't have to like watch his videos. You don't have to be around him, any of that stuff. But I would have to say Logan Paul, like, even after that, him apologizing, him, just like trying to like make the situation better. Yeah, I had to say like he definitely earned my respect on that. He definitely earned my respect on that. He tried to make things better. And he did. I mean, he tried his best. All right, he tried his best. So that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna hold that over his head for the rest of his life and things. And I know people are and stuff, but it's like at some point in time we just gotta learn how to just like forgive and forget. So that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna hold on to that over his head. I know people are gonna probably get on me for defending the man and like backing him up on this fight. But y'all gotta understand, like, he put a lot into this fight. He did. And he almost won. But he lost. So therefore, the question is what's next for him? That's the question. So anyways, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with Logan Paul. In fact, Logan Paul, I think he's definitely gonna probably gain a lot from this, with YouTube and stuff. But anyways, now talking about KSI, all right, the champion, the winner, man, that was intense. Like, I was saying like KSI is gonna win this. KSI is going to win this, but Logan Paul might win this. See, that was my thought process with this fight. KSI is going to win this, but Logan Paul might win this, and so that's why I'm like, I'm scared. I am scared. And it was funny though. At some point in time, one of the commentators was all like, the Logan brothers, the Paul brothers, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, yeah, the Paul brothers and stuff. Like, bro, what are you saying? Like, then I felt like that the announcer, the guy that was announcing the names, he must have made a mistake, and he just went on with it the whole night. Because he was all like, he said somebody's name. So for an example, the announcer, when somebody will come out, he'd be like, Logan Paul. I'm like, what are you repeating the last name for? Like, nobody's ever, because he did that early on with another fighter And then he just kept doing that for the rest of the night. I don't know how he could have did with KSI. It's just 3 letters, like KSI. Like, bro, stop that. Like, there's no reason for you to repeat the last name. Like, if you're gonna like repeat the whole name. But yeah, he was doing that. I think he made a mistake with that. And he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this for the whole night. I don't care what anybody has to say. This is my thing, all right. But yeah, like KSI, like I can tell. I was starting to see his brother in him. Like I was starting to see his brother because I remember when Deji his fight. Like that must have been something that KSI wasn't really working on was cardio. He must have been sparring for like a 3-round fight because he thought that's all it was going to be. But it seemed like he got tired pretty early on. Like when his like you can like when you look at a boxer and you see that their mouth is open, maybe that might be a breathing technique. Maybe it might mean something that I don't know about. But he looked like he was starting to get tired. And that's why I was afraid because I'm like, it's just going to be one wrong hit. Like that uppercut could have really took him out. So that's why I'm like, oh my goodness, man. Please, KSI, win this. Like, I ain't had no money, like, bet on this fight. I should have bet, like, my friends or people that was watching this fight $1 or something. Like, you know, because I ain't no gambling, man. Like, I ain't going to gamble a whole lot of money. Just like $1 or, like, you know, a few cents or something. Like a penny and something. But anyways, yeah, I was like, yeah, when they was just all like, your United Kingdom champion, I was like, oh, my goodness. That was one thing that I wanted to talk about. Why did they wait until the main event to sing the national anthem? Why didn't they do that when the night got started with all of this boxing stuff? They're going to wait until the main event, and then that's when they're like, oh, okay, yeah, now we're going to sing the national anthem. When do they ever do some stuff like that? In wrestling, in other boxing, like, you know, or football, basketball, they do that stuff at the beginning. That's like if it was a basketball game and they waited until the fourth quarter, the quarter that everybody's going to be watching, they waited until then to sing the national anthem. Would that make any sense? So that's why I'm like, why would y'all wait? Like that isn't, no. I'm like, y'all should have did that differently because that makes no sense whatsoever to sing the national anthem at the end. That made no sense to me. So that's why I was like, when they were doing that, like, no, if y'all see my tweets and things, because I was like pretty much like live tweeting everything when it happened and stuff. If you see my tweets, I tweeted about that because I'm like, that makes no sense whatsoever. You're over here talking about, like, singing the national anthem at the end of the night pretty much. They might as well sung the national anthem after the fight. I'm like, man, ain't nobody trying to, like, I mean, you know, cool. They singing the national anthem, that's cool and all. You know, that stuff don't really mean anything to me. I know people are going to be all like, oh, you don't support your country? I do. I live in it. But that national anthem, Pledge of Allegiance, all that type of stuff, like, it's okay if you hear it once. But it's like, after a while, it's like, all right, like, we move on, please. But anyways, then it was crazy. Then KSI, he had Rick Ross performing. Bro, that's major. That is major. That was one of the tweets that I tweeted out. I'm like, no, you have Rick Ross, and then it looked like Lil Baby was there, and then I think the guy that was singing, he has to be famous too. But either way, I'm like, bro had Rick Ross performing his intro. That is major. Like, no, KSI, like, that is major. Then that's what I was with Logan Paul's with his intro. It sounded a lot like XXXTentacion and Ski Mask Slump God's song Take a Step Back. I was like, wait a second, is this Take a Step Back? Because it sounds a lot like Take a Step Back. And so I'm like, what he's using, hey, whatever. And then he was using the Purge announcement thing, like, because for those that haven't seen the Purge movie, so in those movies, so they'll like announce or tell everybody the rules of the night where like crime is legal. So they have like this announcement thing going off, like, for 12 hours or for 8 hours, all crimes are legal. He had that playing off, and I'm like, yo, can't the Purge like do something about that? Like, cause I remember when Meek Mill, when he used the Undertaker's theme song for one of his songs, and WWE tripped about that. So I'm wondering, like, did he get permission, or did he was just like, oh, that sounds so dope and things? Like, it doesn't even really make any sense though. Like, I don't know, like, you could have used something else, bro. You could have used something else, but he used that. I'm like, I can't get on you about that one, bro. But yeah, I was like, man, this then it was like, yeah, then when the fight started, I was like, dang, it's already getting intense. I was getting that I can't breathe feeling, but you know, KSI, he won. So I'm like, that's all that matters. I can be at peace now. I wonder what's next for KSI. Like, I wonder what he's going to do now. Because he say that, like, the beef with him and Logan Paul is over. I am happy about that, though, that they shook hands and they cool with each other and things. Like, I don't know if they'll ever make videos with each other and stuff. And even Logan Paul was saying, like, he did all of this stuff for the, like, you know, for the videos, for hype and things. Like, he doesn't really hate him and stuff. He just only did for the videos. Like, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. So, it's, you know, I see that a lot with KSI. Freaking, the people that he beefs with, he ends up, like, settling the beef with them and stuff. Because there was the one guy that KSI beefed with years ago, Gujan Daniel. He took a picture with him, I think, was it before that first fight or the, I can't even remember. I think it was beef with KSI's very first fight with Joe Weller. And I think he took a picture with him. It was either then or that first Logan Paul fight. But either way, like, he settled the beef with him, settled the beef with his brothers, settled the beef with Logan Paul. I mean, dang. KSI, he out here for love and peace, man. Like, that's what KSI is out here for. I got, man, freaking KSI. I got like a video or his new song that he came out with. If that's the song, because I know he was like, he just did a song with Rick Ross. If that's the song that Rick Ross was performing that for his intro, yo, that song, because I was like, that song is it's a flame emoji. No, I'm gonna have to say that was a flame emoji right there. That song was definitely fire. So I'm like, I definitely gotta listen to that. I definitely gotta do a video on that. But yeah, man, KSI, like, he won that fight. I am happy now. I'm happy. I'm happy he won. I am. But I'm like, because I was getting scared. But he's definitely gonna have to build up his cardio, because he was like, I mean, or at least like not throwing, because that's what they were even saying themselves. Like, he was throwing way too many big hits and wasn't connecting. So it's like, bro, you either gotta like work, I don't know, speed, cardio, all right, do something. But we can't have that. We can't have that at all. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Make sure you subscribe to Logan Paul and KSI's YouTube channels. I know they got a bunch. But yeah, subscribe to them. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service. I think I said it's been another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Oh, yeah. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It'll knock $20 off your first purchase. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Congratulations, KSI. Congratulations, Logan Paul. I will talk to you guys later. Good night.